paiN Gaming, SGE Sports. Game 5. The Grand Finals is here, and the final game of the Grand Finals is about to get underway to see who is going to be heading to the International. It's been a very good series so far. It's been a great qualifiers in general, full of a lot of drama and intrigue and a lot of fun games. And in Game 5, we don't normally get hype about a draft, but what a explosive way to start the draft. They gave away a Wisp, and SG Esports will first pick it.
Oh.
Stan King is a great Wisp player.
Spicy. He is.
Flea is also a good Wisp player, but...
You know what was the ballsiest thing about that last draft? That they went back for the Oracle?
Yeah, that's true.
They got bodied with
First two. You figure you lose like that, you probably don't need to get the Oracle 1-2. But it was probably the longer play for the Huskar, right?
South America and Huskar. Name a more iconic duo.
That is true.
Radiant team, Dire team.
Oh.
Warlock, Ember Spirit for paiN. So despite the fact that in 2 of these games, Ember Spirit has been severely punished.
Crushed in lanes.
Absolutely destroyed. One by Clinks and the other by... You're just nodding your head at me.
Trying to figure it out without looking it up.
I actually don't remember that. You know what? The funny thing is, the Clinks was game 2, and the third game was he had to run away from Bloodseeker. That's what it was, because he had to leave lane. Weehad had to leave lane because otherwise he would have been ruptured nonstop. When Bloodseeker picked up level 6, 2 levels before.
There we go. Oh, the Pango by SG.
And an SG Pango.
This hero's been owning.
It has won every single game in this series so far.
Except the last one that it just lost.
Oh, did it lose? Oh, you're right. Laposa was playing it, huh? Wait, did paiN pick it up in game 3? Oh.
Sorry, we got hyped for game 5.
I got it. I was getting too hyped for this series. I started early. Welcome everybody in Dota TV.
Hopefully our voice volumes are better. If we end up blowing your ears out.
Yeah. Let me know in Twitch chat. I have the Twitch chat up.
We're 5
Hit
minutes
me
delayed.
up, baby, if volume too loud.
Okay, here's what we'll do.
TUI.
We'll say, everyone's dying.
Oh my God!
Was that too loud? In 5 minutes, we'll find out, and we'll adjust accordingly.
Everyone's still listening to the chill in-between music.
10 seconds.
So they're not going to get Huskar today. paiN are like, nope, you're not cheesing us this time around, especially when we have an Ember Spirit, a hero. That was part of the problem, right? They had a Gyrocopter, a core that does a lot of magic damage, and Huskar was just able to ignore him.
Radiant team back.
Magnus. paiN Gaming already had one game in this series where they picked up Magnus and Wind Ranger, and then they did Magnus Leshrac. When you already have an Ember Spirit, that's got to be something you're a bit worried about. The question for me is what combo is SG going to be doing with their Wisp?
I mean, there's so many different ways that you can go with that hero, because you don't necessarily have to. Before it was limited, right? You had to like pick a tiny or along those lines, and nowadays it's like you don't really need to.
Yeah.
You have a lot of options. It's like before you were optionless. It was just like you could take CK or Tiny. Which of the two do you want? One or the other.
It does mean we could see a repeat Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter looked pretty lackluster in that last game, but Wisp Gyrocopter is very different.
Yeah, he was against the Huskar.
Yeah. Bad matchup for him, and he didn't have a Wisp.
Weehaw felt so bad that he rushed an E-Blade. Like,
oh, damn. paiN Gaming, just full faith in HFN to carry this game, are going to give him the early Morphling.
oh, okay. Just like, give him the anti-mage again, boys.
Okay, I mean, you just
No, don't do it.
identified your 1-2 really early on.
Yeah.
So SG guaranteed will have a good matchup against the Ember Spirit.
Yeah. So, all right, so I was really bothered by this. So I asked Kuro about it, and he told me that SG, he felt like SG could have won that game with Magnus.
Yeah.
Like he said at some points that he would have said they were winning. But he kind of agreed in the sentiment that like you have 2 slow heroes, Anti-Mage and Magnus.
Right.
Like they don't they can't create space for each other.
Right.
If you're a Magnus in that game, you're just like a. But the AM can win. It's just.
So paradoxically, you pick up this Magnus and you want to get this hard farming hero,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you're then
It's a little
drafting
bit too
yourself
much.
2 slow heroes.
Yeah, like you're drafting yourself 2 of the slower heroes in Dota.
So maybe instead we have to draft like the Lifestealer Juggernaut sort of heroes that are more active
Yeah,
to take advantage of it.
Because you know that AM will win you the game, but it takes so much time that I think Morph just speeds up the game now a lot
Right.
faster than it used to. I guess is the better way to put it.
That makes sense. Well, there you have it, straight from one of the Dota geniuses himself.
That guy ain't shit. All right, so you know he asked me in the middle, like after one of the games, he said, "Yo, you got an extra Lich Immortal?" I was like, "Yeah, like no problem. I got like 10 of those." So I sent one over, and he's like, "Thanks for the free 2 levels."
He just straight up recycled it, huh?
Yeah, straight up. That's
Damn.
What it was brutal.
Oh, that's sick bastard.
He said, "Thank you, appreciate it. 2 free levels."
I mean, that's pretty funny because he's doing it to you. And
Yeah.
he knows you spend a shit ton in your compendium, so you have a shit ton of extra liches.
Yeah. All right. So Skywrath Mage is the counter pickup for the Morph, and as a result, we have the Tusk. So a very similar lineup to the one we saw them actually just win with. So they're going back to their Game 3 draft.
Mm.
So we'll see how this one goes. And I'm just so hyped for this game. I wanted a Game 5. I don't care about the analysis. I just want to watch this game from a fan perspective and revel in the fact that it has actually come down to a Game 5. This is the most this is as crushing as it gets. Because you're going to look back in the series, whatever team lose, and you're going to analyze every game for a while and just think, this was my chance to fulfill my dream. And for
Right.
one team, it will feel like you moved mountains to do so. Like you earned your spot at the International.
SG is new team put together with Flea and Stan King joining them. That's basically a new roster. 40R, Costabile, and Loposa early on in the season. The reject of paiN took 2 of the members of Midas Club from the last season to help create this roster. Meanwhile, you've got on the other side paiN Gaming. I mean, I just actually tweeted about this. Like, I've been playing against King RD since the Dota 1 days. I scrimmed against paiN Gaming. They were an organization all the way back then.
5 seconds remaining.
Played against those guys, scrimmed against those guys. Again, it's a pleasure to be able to see somebody who has literally just grinded for a decade.
And now they're here.
And now he might be heading to TI with a roster that looks damn good.
Oh.
But first he has to beat his former teammate in 40R. And it's all going to come down to this last pickup. They have the Tusk 4th pick, Dragonite for SG. So despite the fact that they know it's an Ember Spirit mid, they're not going to try and punish it with a bad lane matchup.
No Clockwork or anything on either side. I felt like both games Clockwork felt so underwhelming.
Yes.
You got to enable your 4 position players. Like Schofield. That man just got to play like 2 heroes. He just ran at people. Or Slotin. He just played Earth Spirit or not Earth, Elder Titan or Wind Ranger.
Uh-huh.
Like, let your support players look
5
good.
seconds remaining.
I just keep on trying to turn myself down because I literally can't turn you up further, Blitz Dota.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just a poor boy.
Yes, you're just a poor, quiet boy.
Dire team
I can't
Here
fake
to
hype.
watch some Blitz. I'm here
just
to watch some
I'm just a
Dota.
chill guy. Okay.
Oh,
this
they
is a
Dro Rangered him!
Someone's been watching NA. All right, so we got a Dro IO strat. Nice against the Morph to a certain point.
Yes.
Because obviously the silence is fantastico. I wonder if you switch your build on Morph as a result. Like you go for like Manta E-Blade or something. Or Manta BKB or I don't know. That sounds garbage actually.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm assuming you still get Linkens. There's a
5
ton of
seconds remaining.
targetable silence and the Gust is nice though. And for paiN, what's your response? You see that? You get an off-lane hero to run at the Dro. I'm kind of hoping they don't pick something like the Underlord. That was Optic's response to that. I'd like to see something with a little bit more catch. Something that can just run at the Dro as well would be nice. If I had more time to look at the hero list. But I don't. So in 1 second, we'll get the hero.
Brewmaster!
Okay, much better.
Yeah.
Playmakers. You need playmakers to fight Dro.
Good team fighter. Can just pop his ultimate, run into the back line. Like, he doesn't need to... The danger is trying to blink and pop your ultimate as Brewmaster, right?
This is not a bad mid matchup for Weehaw either. And Weehaw, I think you want this guy to roll in this game.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I was so surprised. We've specifically seen Ember Spirit picked into Dragonite because Ember Spirit can't get punished in the laning phase.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm excited for this one, Cap. I don't want to think about how it's going to go. I just want to watch. I want to be a fan of Dota. I'm not going to do my job at all. That's for you to do. You're 6K. You'll handle it.
I'll just do play-by-play and analysis, and you'll just make oohs and ahs.
Let me just chill.
All right.
Recline my seat.
Can you at least give me... Is this a 50-50 draft? Are you going to tell me that, Blitz Dota?
60-40.
To which side?
That's the secret. All right, let's go.
All right, for all intents and purposes, this is a 50-50 SG versus paiN Game 5. We're going to start off with the calamity of noise that is the chat wheel.
Okay, I'll be real here. So SG, I think their catch, they've got like some soft lockdown with like the slows obviously, and they have like their forms of hard lockdown are the Dragonite stun and the Pangold, which aren't like the most reliable things. Whereas like for paiN, they've got the Rock, they got the Ember Chains, they've got the Brewmaster that can just run in, they got the Tusk with all his abilities, and I like that a lot from paiN. Plus, I think Tusk is just excellent against Dro. Your Sigil's really good against her. Your ability to close the gap. All of those parts are nice. But at the same time, like, you've got Wisp, I'd imagine, because Wisp is so good in these like mini fights where there's not a ton of burst, and until the Morphling gets his E-Blade, like, what is he that worried about? He can play the outline.
So it sounds like to me your 60-40 is into the favor of paiN.
Who knows? All right, so
and I'm going to say that even though the 60-40 is for paiN, SG have like they just have a potent Dro Ranger lineup, right? And those lineups can always just run over.
I think Dro is the hero of the qualifier right now, as you can see in NA.
Yeah.
Like, that hero dominates every game it plays, because it makes your laning phase really strong. But the one thing about it in this game is, like, Costa Bile, whose laning phase are you really making that much stronger? Right? Because the Dragonite doesn't benefit from it until he has the Dragon form.
Yeah.
And Tavo doesn't do anything with it. I guess Stan King with his no churn rate Wisp hits.
Yeah, the Wisp hits and the Skywrath, man.
Oh, my bad.
They're getting in there.
I forgot about that. All right, so Flea is going to go for the Courier Snipe.
Yeah.
I like it when Flea plays more of these like stunner initiators, but I guess he doesn't have that luxury anymore. Because you have a Wisp on your team, but I mean, let's see how Wisp guy goes.
So it may not be able to give the Dragonite the extra bonus in lane. At least it becomes like he becomes a really like a really potent pusher, right?
Yeah.
When he pops his ultimate, it becomes
really
range
strong.
form.
We popped the Flame Guard and just got breathe fired on.
And it just instantly went away.
Yeah.
Well, at least he can be safe in the knowledge that level 2, Flea is in an awkward position here. Slowed down with a concussive shot, and they don't have the snowball, obviously, because they're still level 1. And, well, no, that is a big King RD. It was it Matthew or was it Slot? Slot who was always going the Ice Sigil?
Yeah.
Stanking almost died. Might still die, actually. He does have a magic stick, though.
Oof.
It was a close call, but he barely stays alive thanks to a Fairy Fire.
He's good. He's good.
Unfortunately, this is not a lane that is going to be great at pressuring the Morphling. But Pango also, I don't think, suffers against Morphling too terribly when you have this extra hero. You just kind of shield crash into him every once in a while.
You just need levels and some amount of farm, right?
Yeah.
And Laposa is playing really aggressively to try to get the nice. He's getting his own farm, which I think is always more important as an offlaner, rather than trying to make it about, like, getting more.
Yeah.
How much realistically are you expecting to slow down the carry farm? It's like, meanwhile, up at top, the Dro isn't going to have the easiest time. This is a good kill combo. Like, I really like that King RD didn't go for Sigil level 2. Because they could actually just straight up kill that Dro if she gets out of position with the combo.
He snowballs, picks up the brew, right?
Yeah, and then they get the clap. What is she supposed to do? She doesn't even have her TP centered.
And the only real save they have at that point is maybe Flea gets the silence. If he gets, level 3. And he puts it on the Brewmaster before the clap.
Yeah, Weeha's going to pick up that illusion rune up at top. It's very nice of him to be able to refill his bottle. How's he doing in mid right now?
12-2 compared to 12-1. So pretty even matchup so far. Bottom lane, they're going to go for Flea. King RT looks like they tried to go for that snowball play, but it's King RT who may end up dying. The last shot from Kostabili isn't quite there, and he gets off the healing. Salvi manages to survive.
He's actually going to
Mid
block
lane,
him?
he's going to try and dive 40R. The illusion's kind of blocking him in. 40R has to juke through the tree somehow. He does have a soul ring. He might be able to get... No, yeah, there's nothing he can do. He is trapped. Weehaw.
Did you see that?
First blood on 40R. Back over the top lane. King Ortiz does have the ice shards. He's going to be able to block in Kostabili. They have killed the enemy carry. Back-to-back kills for paiN Gaming.
He blocked him with his illusions on his way up, so he just was getting hit by the
Flame Guard the whole time?
Flame Guard the entire time. Then he blocked himself for a little bit, but cap. It was very cool. And that's what I'm talking about. This top lane, you can just get on top of that Dro, and she can't do a lot. And she's not... Okay, well, Tava just completely ripped. But he's not getting enough out of this lane and helping his other lanes that this is necessarily worth it. Like, the Morph is still getting his... as we expect. The Brewmaster is doing fine. The Dro's only got six less hits. Like,
Stanking is playing really ballsy in front of this HFN Morphling.
so liking what we see so far out of paiN.
For Midarune, Invis and no bottle for a Dragon Knight, as we talked about earlier. Dragon Knights don't really go for the bottle anymore, thanks to Soul Ring being such a good item. Stanking dies. All right, HFN. Looks like he was able to just burst him down with Adaptive Strike. Top lane, going for the dive. Fleet is going to be blocked in. They should be able to kill Tavo first and last. Oh, a little bit of heal comes out from Stanking. Tavo, he may be chased down. A lot of the balls end up hitting onto King RT, but finally they do spot Tavo. And time for Skywrath Mage to be able to finish him off with the Arcane Bolt. Now, King RT is actually going to turn it and Snowball trying to finish off Fleet, and he does manage to get him, but he's now going to be slowed down by the Duro Ranger.
He's got
He
shards.
has an Ice Shard to be able to provide some sort of block.
Nice.
Will be able to get out, but the Wisp, he's really going for it. Might be able to get it one more shot. Stanking claims a second kill there.
That's that +3 damage from Precision Aura.
It's not much, but it's enough.
Never doubt.
They'll split out the bounty runes. Oh, Laposa is actually going to get the extra bounty rune in bottom lane. As long as Stanking can get this one, they should be able to get 3 out of 4. Block him, block him, block him. Oh, couldn't get there. So 2 for 2, actually. Laposa actually picks up an early bottle since he was able to get the bounty runes. Might as well take advantage of the full heal.
4-2 is the score. Very easy going so far.
Miss percentage chance causing some problems for Kostabile and his CS ace. You can see he's suffering right now, 13-7. Mid lanes being won by Weehaw, 29-4 compared to the 25-4 on the Dragon Knight. At least it's close. HFN, though, huge lead over the Duro Ranger, 28-13. Laposa has gotten a bit out of his lane, as the Pango is currently
The issue in mid is that
23-3.
solo kill. Is what kind of ruined everything for 40R. Like, he was doing a very good job when it came to CS. Just that one moment cost so much.
Go for the 6 minutes. Oh, and it's a big one, too. Regen for Weehaw.
He's going to be hyped about that. So Kostabile is now about to be 2 levels behind HFN. It's about to hit level 6.
It's a big difference, right? With this kind of lane, paiN can always threaten the Dro, so they have to sit with him.
Yeah.
Morphling, though, can operate by himself.
You see Weehaw up at top lane. They want to make it go onto this Dro. Doesn't have a TP. Maybe if they find the angle, King RD gonna reveal this for a second, but Weehaw's being patient about this, and he's just gonna go back to mid. I think he's had enough of waiting. He doesn't want to lose his tower or take damage from it.
Yeah, the Dragon Knight pushing in with Dragon Form is a bit dangerous now. They do manage to get a silence onto the Ember Spirit. They're going to get a lot of damage onto him, but he does have pretty big magic wands, so he'll be okay. Top lane, the roll in for the Snowball. He's going to be able to catch Kostabile. Push back on the Brewmaster. Slows down the clap, but it will be there eventually. Stanking's trying to keep him alive, but the heal's just not quite enough.
The concussive shot from Flea, but a little bit too reactive. So bottom lane, this is what happens when Morph gets ahead. I mean, you must have played it when you're an offlaner, right?
Yeah.
You get this ton of base damage. You're hitting for 120 in 7 minutes. You're just going to get denied like crazy. So even though the Pango had a decent start early on, you give him any sort of momentum once he gets the Aquila, his Ring of Health, like, he doesn't need help anymore. Whereas this Dro, you have to babysit her at all times.
And you just have to constantly pull the creep wave because you can't match 1 for 1.
So what NA's been doing to kind of offset that is they've been picking really good lanes all around, so that she doesn't get pressured as much, and people have to make rotations. But you don't really have to do that in this game. Like, Weehaw has done very well for himself mid, even getting the solo first blood, so it's not as urgent being able to help that. And the Morphling is also doing such a good job that, like, where's the Dro's side pressure coming from? Because the thought is always like, okay, as a Dro player, yes, I'm having a bad game, but hopefully everyone else on my team is just owning.
Ooh, an invis for Dragonite. He's going to give it to the Pango instead.
He's got
so
bottle.
he can have it in the bottle. If he picks up level 6, maybe they can make a rotation up to the top lane that's being pressured so much.
And right now, King RD pings again up at top. He wants to make another dive.
Normally.
And SG don't really have the heroes to rotate to offset that. Like, if the Pango picks up level 6, then he can go top, but for now, doesn't make much of a difference. 40R just keeps on trying to put pressure on this mid tower. They are going to have a Tusk rotate over, though. 40R turns and fights Weehaw. Now King RD shows himself, but there is going to be a Stand King Wisp behind, so 40R can just keep going.
Fleas on the side to the right, so the Warlock's going to TP in here.
King RD is going to spot him. Might snowball, but it's too far away. And again, they still have to worry about this Dragonite. They don't want to lose their tower too early. They're going to snowball through, hit the Wisp, see if they can burst him down. Do manage to get the chains onto him, but the stun onto the Ember Spirit buys Stand King a little bit of time, but now he's completely blocked out by really good Ice Shards. Now they can try and go for 40R. With HFN joining him, he's going to try and get close enough for the stun. With the chains coming out from Weehaw, they should be able to close that distance. Turnaround stun from 40R is not going to be enough. He will end up being surrounded by paiN and brought down by Weehaw.
Gonna get the last
Flea.
hit.
Oh, Flea, you gotta get out of here, my friend. Now he's gonna be blocked in by the Ice Shards. That's gonna be a third kill for paiN.
Give it to him. HFN. Well worth his time. All chatting out. He's already got the Perseverance. I really like that 4-man rotation. It's like, if SG are gonna bring 3, well, you bring 4. Stomp them out. They do exactly that. The Dro's gonna hit 6 now. So her potential to farm, jungle, all of that gets a little bit better, but the Brew is now level 6. So Costa Bile has to be so careful. And this is why I really like the Brew pick. It just makes it difficult for you to lane. Weehaw gonna contest for the rune, gets it. It's gonna be the Arcane.
They did have a successful scan read in the bottom lane. They know the sky is there.
You want to punish. You see this 400 HP Morphling. You really want to do something about this guy. You hate him. He's arrogant.
But there you can see it just morphed a little bit of strength as he gets close to the tower, knowing that there is one extra hero here besides the Pango. Now there's going to be 2-man smoke up. They're going to bring Costa Bile. Now he can hit the silence from a distance, and Sky can immediately follow that up. Laposa goes for a TP in front of HFN. Was it a bait? They managed to get him up, but the morph strength went down first, and now it's going to be really difficult for them to bring him down. But maybe with the physical damage, they could still do it. The relocate
a lot of heroes.
They have so many heroes here. They're going to hunt down HFN and bring him down. Duster popped the ultimate. So did the Brewmaster. They're going to try and catch these heroes on the way out. Laposa, he shield crashes down, still ends up going down thanks in part to the Fatal Bonds. But they got what they came for. Back over to the middle lane, the Wisp relocated back, obviously did not bring the Dragonite because he didn't want him to die, so he ends up getting caught back over to the bottom lane. They do manage to get the stun onto the Brewmaster. AZ gets back into his regular form, slow him down with the silence, and they catch him as well. So they end up getting 2 cores in the bottom lane, but they lost their Wisp and Panko, and they will lose their mid tower.
That was such a nice bait. That was really creative. He pops a TP, making him think, oh, I'm just trying to get out of here. So they know he's going to step forward, so they step forward at the same time.
Yeah.
All the Morph's thinking about it that second is, let me just ruin this guy's life. And he's like, haha.
If HFN wasn't as fast as he was,
He would have died a lot sooner.
he would have died instantly, and then there wouldn't have been a relocate required for the bottom lane, and we wouldn't have had that team fight. It just would have been a sick pickoff.
And as a result, paiN gets something out of it at least. They grab the tower. Ember is continuing to get really fat. But they're going to pop the Drora so that they can grab their tower themselves. One of the few times that I see them go for the proactive mirror move. Where paiN is actually the slower team now to go for this top tower.
And with the Drow Ranger and Dragonite, I think you outpush a Morphling who's full agility. But can they do it for the tier 2 as well? No longer having the Dragon form, 20 seconds.
They know there's no rock. There's no Brew split for some time. You don't want to give up this tower, but you might just have to. And the Drow, even though she's under farm, this is what she does very well. Pressure's tower. You want to play around your Drill Ranger.
Skyreth Mage coming in from behind. Manages to get the silence onto the Tusk. They're going to get a gust onto Tavo as well. Slowing him down. Snowball out from the Tusk, but they need to try and finish off Tavo. Tavo's not getting damage on the Drone Ranger with the help of Weehaw. They execute it, but King RD ends up going down. Stan King ends up falling as well, but Weehaw is still hunting for those extra heroes. HFN reveals for a second. Flea ends up not making it out. The TP just couldn't quite get there. Laposa goes deep into the enemy base to be able to get his TP away. 3 end up going down, and the tower does not fall. Looks like SG overextend themselves against an Ember Spirit.
I feel like they have to because the Stroh's just been slowed down by so much. But losing her in that position, she's only level 7 cap. Her game has been shut down so hard, whereas this Ember Spirit, level 11, full Maelstrom completed at 13 minutes. Weehaw trying to keep the team on his back. 4-0-3. And HFN, I mean, we see what this guy can do when he gets a little bit of space.
Yeah.
Kostabili is in a similar position. Like, he's been able to carry some games in the series too, but he's just not given any breathing room.
Specifically, his Morph game was really sick, right? He played an excellent Morphling in, what was it, Game 3?
Just not this game.
They're just trying to get the early Blink Daggers up for SG so they have some harder lockdown. We saw that problem from that last team fight. Oposa spotting Weehaw here. Does go for the Rolling Thunder. Managed to get the silence onto him, slowing him down with a relocate as well. They hit him once, managed to follow it up with the Dragon Tail. Nice pickup. The relocate play, though, where was that? They know it's somewhere top lane. They're trying to search for it right now. I don't see the little wisp. Oh, it's all the way up here.
Middle tower is under attack.
Nice place to relocate out, just because the enemy won't expect it. So they won't be able to find that free wisp kill. And another push onto that tier 2. It's getting quite low. But SG are not going to go for that push, despite the fact that Dragon Knight does have his Dragon form coming up. They're going to try and sweep into the mid lane, see if they can catch an extra hero here. Failing that, they'll take that tier 1 mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He does have the Blink Dagger now. paiN are going to try and rotate some heroes over. Now the tower's going to drop anyway. He will end up falling, but Weehaw might be able to catch this 40R. They already got the silence onto the Brewmaster.
King RD.
He doesn't have mana either to be able to pop his ultimate, but HFN is coming in. The blink away from 40R. Weehaw will pursue. Finds Francis Lee, but he really wants 40R. He's going to be able to find him. Chains him up. Slowing him down now. The Mystic Flare, though, onto Weehaw. Pops the Shrine. Barely managed to keep himself alive. They threw down the Brewmaster ultimate as well, though. He got the Invis off, and it looks like Laposa, well, he's following him, tries to go for the Dispel on the Invis. And he just takes all of them. Takes all the bounty runes. Brewmaster couldn't stop it. Flea? Oh, he's going to run into King RD. Caught him. Ice Shard, block him in, and he's dead to Tavo.
Another kill for Weehaw.
That was a lot blown in that bottom lane for the Dragon Knight kill, but the extra Skywrath Mage kill certainly helps it.
Yes. Tier 2 towers claimed, though. Tower game, at least, SG is doing okay in.
As a result, paiN are only up by 1k. Laposa's going to go for the play onto HFN, but he needs to be able to follow up with the Dragon Tail. Hit him again with the once great shield crash from Laposa to bounce over the cliff to nail him. Top lane, Stan King managed to get a tether away from the snowball. It didn't get hit by the stun, but is going to be chained by Weehaw. Tried to go for a relocate out. That was not going to make it, though.
I don't know what the play was there. Maybe just waste time. Because even if he gets a relocate off, they're going to kill you.
Unless he thought that maybe with that amount of time, Draw Ranger comes over and he brings somebody back. I'm not sure who.
Dro trying to go for the Shadow Blade, though. That'll be your anti-morph counter. It's very important for them to get that kill in mid, though. Alleviates a lot of pressure. Didn't lose too much gold because he did buy his Ultior, but it does make you feel a lot better that that Morphling's just not getting completely out of control yet. And when it comes to net worth, things are manageable as Laposa playing a Beast Pangolier.
See what he gets next. Last time it was the Vanguard for him.
What would you like to see this game?
I think
There's a lot of magic damage.
Yeah, I think you get the pipe this time around to make sure that you're not a target for the Morphling. And help protect your allies as well.
There's a ton of teamfight on the side of SG. They've got a Blink Dagger on their DK. He's just going for a BKB right after. There's a timing window that they want to try to hit using their Dro.
Similar philosophies in these wards. Both trying to get super aggressive vision near the tier 2 areas on both sides. But SG have been able to take advantage of that ward vision a little bit better, thanks in part to their early Blink Daggers and the slower timing of the Morphling. Now he's just trying to finish up his Lincolns right now. The rest of SG would love to gank him, but there's a lot of heroes off map. So they don't want to try and position a team fight that close to the tier 2. So they're going to start backing up. Laposa's going to deal with this top lane. Still has 2,400 gold, so still not sure what he's going to go for. Maybe get the Yules for the extra lockdown on the Morphling, seeing how important it is. I could see that as well.
Smoked up.
paiN rotating across. They do not have a TP scroll for their Pango, so...
Cutting to the east. You see Flea's positioning. He's trying to make it so that if they smoke past him, it'll break. But they, in fact, will not catch anybody here. The dire scan, they think that they might have just walked in a Roshan, but...
Both teams expecting that, actually.
I think it's much more likely that SG would go for something like that.
Flea actually canceled his TP. They want to stick around and make a play here.
They see Weehaw. He's got the Yule Scepter, though.
They've got the same idea, basically. One team is setting a trap for Weehaw. The other team is trying to bait Weehaw.
He's positioning.
And they give up
We
on
see it. It looks ridiculous. Now the TP out. And Flea just... Everybody walking by him. They would have seen with the ward. Let's see the positioning right now from SG. They've got the blink, the dragon form up. Laposa does have a TP in 1 second. If they want to defend this, this will show the intent. Are you into this tower? You are. And the Dro's making his way over.
All right,
Flea
Flea
from
starts
behind.
popping himself out, goes for the concussive shot, manages to get the silence onto the Brewmaster, and they go for the son of the Warlock. They're going to try and blow up these heroes, but
Does
they're
he
so
get it
blockade.
off?
No, he couldn't get off the Golem. That is a big win for SG, but can they take the rest of the team fight? The roll on in. King RT does manage to get the punch up on the air into
You need to
Costa
save
Belay.
Costa
He is
Belay.
quite low. They're trying to finish him off, but the relocate out of there. He manages to save the Dro Ranger. The blink away from
and
40R
the DK
might be
gets
able to
out.
save him as well, but he's going to have to show himself on the creep wave. No more blink for 8 seconds. The relocate, it's not going to be here back in time. They're going to try and come forward with Laposa. He gets a good shield crash in. Sand Actually healing up 40R. Maybe they can't get this
turnaround.
one.
Costa
The
Belay's
ghost
here.
comes up. Tavo's going to be targeted. He's already dead, and now Weehaw has to bounce over to his defensive remnant. They already had Flea. He was in position. He almost got Weehaw, but he still managed to TP himself out. HFN, he's the other target. They have the Dragon Tail up. The Rock goes down. Sand King's going to be the one targeted, but HFN couldn't get enough damage. He has to be careful. There is a lot of damage flowing this way with the Dragon Knight as well as the Dro Ranger.
RD came back in.
King RD, he gets silenced and blown up immediately. Duster and HFN can still make it out, but 40R blinking forward, couldn't get the Dragon Tail, didn't have it up in time, but he can catch Duster. Costa Belay in deep, has a silence in 2 seconds time. No waveform, it won't be up in time. They'll be able to get a lot of damage on it, but can they finish him off? Tusk coming in, he will be able to maybe snowball. Tavo's going to try and slow down Costa Belay's damage and gets him, slows him down with the extra bit of brew, but he won't be able to get the kill. paiN just got run over one too many times. SG take a big win around the Dragon Knight. They thought that DK was dead for sure.
He was completely isolated. They were trying to go for the 1-on-3. Then Sand King, like mana from heavens above, comes in, bottles him to full, keeps him alive long enough. The Dro with the Shadow Blade, she just picked that up cap in that fight.
Yep.
Comes in from the south. They don't even see her coming. She lays down the silence on all of them, completely turns the fight and the tides. Unbelievable. I thought this game, for a second, it looked like paiN was just going to overrun SG, but the power of the Wisp, he
It
makes
is
all of
changing
these heroes so much stronger.
And now they're going to have their next round of items, which is so important, because the Wisp reaches quite the peak when he gets his mech. That's going to be massive. 40R can get the BKB, so he could just roll into these team fights and be a big target. He did go for the Yule Scepter onto Laposa and is going to go for the Aeon Disc next to make sure that, again, he can play forward without having to worry about being targeted down.
Top lane, another fight.
King RD with an Invis rune. Do they have any sentries? Doesn't look like it.
They don't have all these
they
heroes
just
up there,
dropped a
though.
sentry, actually. He spotted King RD for a moment.
Yeah, he's going to get out, reset. There's a lot of heroes up here, and Weehaw does not look like he wants to quite rotate yet. And Tavo's just pushing in this mid lane. Things are still really scary right now for SG.
Yeah, paiN are perfectly happy just to farm and push out the lanes.
This game is stupid intense right now.
Look at Laposa. He feels fearless between his Yule's blink. He's going to get a very critical level 15.
This team is just getting really tanky on the side of SG. Soon you're going to have the mech up on Sand King. You're going to have a BKB up on your DK. The Aeon Disc is queued up next for Laposa. They're just going to try to outlast you in these team fights.
If again, we've seen this time and time again. If it's either you need the catch to shut down the Morphling, or you need to just make sure he can't target anybody. And if there's BKBs and tankiness, it's going to be hard for him to be able to get in there and shotgun somebody.
Man, games like this make you regret that one slot on SA. They have shown up to play. Also, I think you need to lower your mic again. I have no idea.
You got to get louder, homie.
Ah!
Ah!
Dota. Oh, mid.
They're going to go for it.
Post
Post is
up.
going to roll into the back line, immediately nails the 2 supports and hits the Morphling. Bounces back to him, doesn't
He's
actually
gone.
hit him, but he's already dead. He's hit by the shield crash. Warlock's already rolled over. King RD tried to save himself with a snowball, but he just goes deeper into danger. Brewmaster popped the ultimate for that as well. He may die. They
Save
need
the
to be able
Brown.
to tank this. 3 seconds.
Don't let the Earth one die.
Make sure he can't blink, and...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Why did they kill it?
Why? Just let it live. Let the brown panda live.
If they just get, like, breathe fire
Yeah,
over the
just
top,
time it.
then
Okay,
he
they're
comes
gonna
back
get
and
Roshan
can't
though.
blink.
Man, that Morphling. That's what I was talking about. Like the item build, the conventional Lincolns doesn't feel very good against this.
Yeah, I mean, it only blocks this Dragon Tail
Gust
stun
is
in the
destroying
sky,
him.
but he's got Gust. Big problem.
I guess when he has the
James
Ghost
in, they're
Scepter,
going to
it'll
try
be
and
better.
blow up the Skywrath Mage. 40R tried to get in there and get a stun, but he just goes back into the Roshan pit to try and finish up Roche, knowing that paiN, even though they can get
They
a
still
pick
wanna try
off,
to fight this.
they can't really contest as the Aegis goes the way of Costa Bile.
Duster was smoked up.
He had the golem and everything.
Now it's a 4K lead all of a sudden for SG. Bring up the gold graph, young Cap. Look at that. Mountains have been scaled.
Experience plummeting downwards as
Oh.
well. But we do have to say this is where Drow Ranger lineup needs to be,
Yeah.
right?
I think
this lineup has to be ahead.
This is definitely more on schedule because of that bottom fight.
Right.
If it wasn't for that bottom fight, what ends up happening, like in the alternate reality or whatever, is that you grab that tier 1 tower bottom, you get the kill on the DK and the Drow. Like, the Drow is so close to death. Then the game's fine, right? But the fact that they were able to save the DK, they turn things around, they push you back to your base, they take another fight that's very successful just because of how far ahead they are. I mean, the team fight coordination from SG right now is very clean.
Mass tipping for Flea. Everyone just loves Flea, I guess. He's also the one who's dead. Trying to make him feel better about dying.
Yeah.
Lincoln's now the Ghost Scepter for HFN, so that will really help against the Drow Ranger, who's just been gusting and targeting him down.
Can you imagine getting this far? You're leading in a game, and you just see that net worth chart. If you watch the replay, it just goes straight down. Like, what do you even say to each other?
Ah, there it is. He just got the pipe for,
Okay, so he did pick up the pipe.
yeah.
That's the item that we expected him to go.
Yeah.
I think they're just build super tanky, make it really hard to die. They're just overrunning them because they outlast them in these team fights. Plus, they've been killing HFN immediately. They've been doing a really good job of getting rid of the Morph's ability to come in and out of these fights.
Laposa dipping into the bounty runes.
Thought about going for the other one.
Yeah, he thought about it. That's pretty dangerous. When you've got allies out here, you know they're not bottom.
Yeah. That one was greedy.
But Laposa, between Blink Yules and now the pipe to block all that magic damage.
This BKB now completed on the DK2.
Oh, Weehaw. Trying to go for Fleet, keeping his distance away from that silence, though. Forces the TP. Now there's the mech for Stan King.
Everyone gets tanky. Fleet playing more of like the 5 role in this game, trying to break smokes. You saw when he came from behind to try to just get a silence off on somebody?
Yeah.
Then when he died? Imagine if the Warlock gets his rock off there. There's so many different things that could have happened in the course of that.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Smoke up. They're going to try and set up a relocate play for the Drow Ranger and Wisp to be able to play off of. They're
They
going to
could do it right
aggressively
in front of
move
the
in.
base.
They've got some great vision to be able to spot out these heroes. They see the 2 supports right now.
Even getting the 2 supports here would make all the difference. They could probably go for
They're
the
gonna
high
try
ground
and
here.
kill the ward. They're going to be able to get the silence onto the touch.
Bravo.
Make sure he can't.
Gets both.
They're going to be able to catch them both. Gem on the ground too. That was, I didn't actually notice that.
Oh, they're right in front of the base. The creeps Not far behind at all. The Dro's got the Aegis. You could not set up a better situation for this Dro lineup. The DK form is still fresh. King RD instantly with the buyback. No buyback on the Warlock, though. The more important hero. He's only got 250 in the bank, but that's almost enough for him to have buyback, by the way.
He needs 15 gold.
He needs less than 300 gold to have buyback at 26 minutes. Unbelievable.
Okay, so we do have an interesting interaction that is coming up.
Radiant's bottom
Level 15 on Stanking. So he can get the tether, grants the Ags bonus, and for the Draw Ranger, that is what caused the split attack, where the attack splinters and hits the nearby units. So that is a big increase in damage for Costa Bile. Gonna try and poke at 40R here. Managed to get the ultimate off before the silence. 40R does have a BKB and still can try and walk out of this one. They managed to get the tornado. Oh, the golem jig drop. They do not want to let that DK escape out of here. Drops Stanking back into the air. He tried to tether himself away, but the rock falls
and
into
the courier.
his doom. Courier dies as well. paiN.
What a swing. They had a DD bottled Dro Ranger too, and they couldn't fight that?
They just got too out of position with 40R, looks like.
Oh my. They're going to lose potentially their mid-tier 2 tower. It's very unlikely that they defend this.
Dire's middle tower is under
You can't afford mistakes like this. Not at this point. You had the Aegis Dro with the DD rune. All you have to do is be a little bit more patient, and now paiN find another opening in this game.
And that gold lead, the more this game goes on, 3K, 4K, that's not enough to beat a Morphling.
And now we're at 2K. Most of your guys' MMR. Alright. So gonna just kind of scout out the jungle.
Kill it. Got it. 150 gold for Costa Bile.
They still have the gem, right? Yeah. Oposa still has the gem. Right person to hold on to it, too. So the Morph goes to the Blink Dagger for a second, but it's better about it. And now with the E-Blade, very strong.
I mean, he needs some right-click damage in there as well, right? He needs to be able to shotgun the Wisp, who did not go for a Glimmer Cape, went for the mech instead. Now the Aegis is down, so...
So Morph, if I'm Morph, I need one more item. Probably a BKB.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah. You got to deal with the silence somehow, right?
Yes.
You can see that Ags in play now from the Wisp.
That's sick.
So it's going to be all about the initiation for these team fights. If they get in there, Tavo probably unable to get off his primal split. Maybe to catch the Morphling before he
Costa
can get off
Bile is going
Morph
to kill
Strength.
those Brewlings really quickly.
Yeah.
What needs to happen is this Morph needs to get to the backline, kill the Wisp instantly. But I don't think he deals enough damage, right? Stan's got 20 charges, a mech, and 1500 health.
Yeah, especially
got a pipe.
VMAX, there's no way.
That's great. And then at that point, you're a Morph that's committed E-Blade into a Dro who's got silence.
Yeah.
So the team fights are still... You have to rely on SG to be a little bit sloppy again.
30-minute bounty runs. Looks like SG should be able to get 3 of them.
This Dro just farms silly fest.
top tower is under attack.
Weeha almost has his BKB, though. He can also be someone who commits to the back line and goes for the Wisp. They're going to go for Weeha. Manage to get the Blink stun, follow up silence, but the snowball save. It actually picks up the Ember Spirit. Might be able to save him. He's still getting hit by the ball, though. Yule Scepter is on himself. Managed to get away, but no, the silence comes out from Costa Bile. Now they just have to deal with the Brewmaster Brewlings. A Golem drop from Duster. They're going to try and come in with HFN. Relocate out. He actually managed to get away just in time, but Flea is going to be left behind, and so is HFN. 40R as trying to get himself out of here, but he's going to be rooted. He's dead. HFN will help kill him.
Stan King and Costa Bile are still here.
They are kind of close, and now they're going to see the Blink 4. They spotted Stan King. Didn't actually get the chains,
Oh, he got the chains on the creeps!
It hit the neutrals.
Oh,
the Sleight
no.
of Fist was out of position. Covered the neutrals a little bit. Managed to get the silence, though. Laposa's going to be able to push himself away, but Costa Bile, he needs to be careful. He can't be this close. Tavo slowed him down. Here comes the Morphling. Shotgun's out. Managed to blow up the Wisp, and Costa Bile, he is done for as well. paiN Gaming pick up 4 now with a buyback coming out from 40R. He can do nothing with that.
He bought back thinking his Dro was going to be in trouble. Maybe he has enough time to get there. He was right on 1 count. But the Dro already expended that BKB.
They could have just walked away. They could have just let their Dragonite and who was it? Skywrath Mage die?
Yeah, that was fine.
That was acceptable.
Losing the Wisp and the Drow is so significant, and the buyback on top of that. It
They
goes to
can't
show
lose
you how
more.
costly that was because they still have the
They're going
gold
to try and
lead.
blow up Tavo. Tavo has Eul Scepter and
This is
does
the
have
gem.
Swashbuckle. He's going to try and get himself away. Good shield crash is going to give him a lot of HP. 36%. The Euls will take that away, though. Now he's exposed. Going to have
This
to
is
go
the
for the
gem.
ball form. He tried to get away. Sleight of Fist. Silence up a little bit too long. HFN. Oh, no. He couldn't see him in time. So instead, it's going to be Flea. They'll catch the Skywrath Mage. The kill on this Tava or Laposa Pangolier would have been massive because it would have dropped the gem as well, but they don't get it.
And finally, paiN. Let's see that gold graph one more time. Look at that descent. It's finally swung back in their favor. It's been quite some time since they had that early game lead. But a sloppy fight from SG, especially in that mid fight.
Yeah.
When they just got isolated out, if they were just a little bit more patient.
Oof. You see this? Now they're overlapping on Mex. He's going to go for the Guardian Greaves on La Posta, and Stan King will just keep his... I mean, he's going for... I feel like he needs Glimmer Cape. Because he's getting shotgunned down every time. Even if they have the counter detection, at least it increases his survivability against this magic damage.
And now we have a BKB completed on Weehaw.
But a smoke up from SG. They know how badly they need to win this next team fight because that will open up Roshan for them.
They use the buyback on the DK. That is a significant detail. They lose this fight terribly. But this is the thing that SG always does well. They take fights on the opposite side of the map, so you can't punish as hard after the fact.
The BKB for the Brewmaster as well. That's big.
Yep.
Now he can blink in, clap, pop BKB, and pretty much get Primal Split off at his leisure.
And Duster's got Rock. Tavo's going to step forward. He's got the BKB.
This feels like such a tough team fight for SG to take, and they're not going for it.
They want it so they can open up this Roshan. But instead, they're going to go for the top tower instead, the tier 1 still existing. Maybe they smoke themselves on the side of paiN. That's exactly what they go for. They know the Roshan's up. They know that 4DR doesn't have buyback either. Let's see who steps
HFN
up
is going to be
first.
the one to push forward. Laposa's trying to be the one to break the smoke. He's the last one to leave here.
There's a BKB completed now on the Morphling too. And they see them all the way through with this ward right here.
A nice high ground ward to make sure that Laposa's gem could not deward it.
Full retreat. I like this. The game is still within anybody's grasp at this point. This is a true game 5. 34 minutes in. Very, very slight edge to paiN at 2K. But we have seen how that can turn around. This morph is getting scary now though, Cap.
Yeah, he certainly is. And this Orchid is not going to be an effective pickup for 4DR. Now with all these BKBs coming in.
The timing of it, because he had to use that buyback,
Yeah.
it just slowed down 4DR's game so much. You see his net worth just plummeted.
paiN, before they were trying to bait a fight near their tier 2. Now, are they going to be lured to going on to 4DR? Well, Weehaw's got to poke out. Digiman to get the Sleight of Fist onto Laposa, so he knows there's some extra heroes here. They just back out, play the high ground. There's no reason for paiN to force anything here. They can just chill out, continue to farm. There's the 35-minute bounty runes to pick up. Ninvis rune. Nice pickup for Stan King. Will help him survive in these team fights, but they do need to get into the Roshan pit. They need to control this area. There's a reason that SG was trying to get a team fight earlier. It was to open up the Roshan pit. They know it's just as likely that paiN can get in there. Loposa going to try and get a swashbuckle in. Is in trouble, though. Eul Scepter's himself to be able to buy some time. Goes to be like going for the King RT. Meanwhile, the Pango is going to be able to stay alive thanks to the help of Stan King. They've already taken out the 2 supports. The Golem goes down. HFN, he's already popped his BKB, and now he's going to try and go for Costa Bile, but the Roland from the Pango, it's in the river too. A dangerous position for HFN to be in, but they've already executed the Drone Ranger. He immediately buys back. Shield crash in. Loposa is trying to get the damage as much as possible, but 4DR is thrown up in the air. He hasn't had effect in these team fights. A self-Yules. A blink is coming up in a second. Swashbuckle as well, but he loses the gem. Weehaw jumps forward immediately looking for more, but the rest of ASG have already backed up enough.
Weehaw is playing fearlessly in these team fights. He's dealing so much damage. That one alone, he dealt 2,200, just shy of the Morphling. And the Drow doing quite a bit, but just has to go through so much. There's just a lot of stuff she has to cut through. Everyone just BKBs up. The rest of her team isn't providing enough value. Her second core, 4DR, is just so far behind that you don't really feel his impact.
He also didn't pop his BKB. So he got thrown out of the air, and he's out of the team fight.
Yes.
Right.
And
Uh-oh.
this Pango.
40R. He can't BKB teleport out. King RD does have the, This is going to be trouble now. Sand King could die as well. He's now going to try and go for the TP out. He's okay now. The Walrus Puncher and King RD didn't get there. He was Orchided at the time. But that is still a death.
You can just keep
Sand
going,
King
can't you?
relocated in and died.
He does have the buyback.
Never mind. He just TP'd in, huh?
Yeah. He has the buyback, but they've got Aegis Morphling. They might just want to risk this. Duster doesn't have his ulti, but Brewmaster does in 1 second.
Immediately jumping onto 40R. They know
he
he doesn't have BKB. Lapulse is going to try and get in there, but BKB activated by HFN. He guarantees the Dragonite falls, but Tavo almost dead. BKB activated, managed to get off the ult. Now the Drow Ranger and Sand King are trapped together.
If they
with
can
all
get
of
the
the
Wisp
nukes
here.
are coming their way. The Coast of Belay managed to pop his BKB and gets out, but his Wisp does not. HFN is low. He's willing to trade his Aegis if he can get the life of Coast of Belay. Won't be able to get him as he gets back to the fountain, but instead it's going to be Flea who dies. Laposa, again, Yule Scepter on himself. Swashbuckle trying to get away, but he's hit in the air by King RD. King RD will die to Coast of Belay. Tavo's low as well. Might be able to kill him. The Splinter Shot! It finished off the Morphling. He dies. That's going to be an Aegis revive, but both of them get back to the fountain, and paiN still have yet to take the lane of Rax.
Now they're going to finish it. Can't Splinter, though. No Wisp.
That's true. Damn, how did he... Oh, he just died to what?
Yeah.
How did he die? He just
Maelstrom?
morphed into agility and braced death.
Okay, so Rax have been taken. Now it's a 10k gold lead for paiN. If you're SG, you are kicking yourself non-stop over that death mid. When you had the Aegis throw with DD,
Yeah.
I see your expression on your face. Like, that was the game right there for you. Instead, you got 2 heroes picked off. Then you took that disastrous fight at top, where you lost 3 heroes trying to save a DK who was surely dead. Then the DK buys back.
Yeah.
You go take that Roche fight.
Ugh.
You don't pop your BKB on 40R. This is just...
he's going to do the same thing and try and turn it into a damage dealer, but it just feels like SG have lost so much.
Yeah, this... You have to... This, like, the feeling of despair. It's like a pit in your stomach at this point if you're SG. You can sense that this game is slipping away.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
No redos here.
33 to 24, 10,000 gold lead for paiN Gaming, but SG are not giving up. They're still going to play aggressively as they've been doing this entire series, trying to stay on the front lines.
This might be one of their last fight
But
attempts.
Weeha's going to jump in, manage to get the double chain, just go straight for BKB's activated. Laposa's rolling. It's not going to be able to stop this. Dankey's trying to get away desperately, but he won't be able to make it out. Weeha's just got a target for him every single time he goes for the Wisp. Now Costa Belay is going to be left without him. Now Duster, he already is jumping forward, trying to catch Costa Belay. They've already locked him down next to the Ancients. They will be able to surround him, catch him out.
This Warlock's still alive.
40R still trying to guilt the Warlock, but he had to give up on that kill. Now he's
They're
going to
gonna
be
spot
spotted
him.
by the Ice Sigil.
Doesn't have TP, no BKB. They're feeling themselves. Tavo.
He blinked into a dead end, but it was a bad team fight anyway.
Oh no, Flea. They know. They're starting to sense it themselves.
Yeah, look at Weeha. Just went for the 2 Sleight of Fist charges for that extra damage. He knows every single time he just wants to go for the Wisp.
There won't be an Aegis available, but 60 seconds on the deck for this Dragon Knight. A little bit more for this Drow Ranger. They're pinging right now for the high ground. They take this very quickly.
There's no tier 2, so they can go from mid straight up to top lane. It's going to be SG having a fight 4 versus 5 against a lineup, a late game Morphling lineup.
Yeah, you do have the buyback on the Dragon Knight, and that's what Cap's talking about here. You're going to have to expend it early. There we go.
Double concussive shot, tried to go for the silence on HFN, doesn't get it. Laposa's going to roll in, trying to go for Tavo, BKB activated, so instead he's going to hit on a Morphling. He has no real damage follow-up because right now they're trying to deal with Weeha. Weeha's just in deep right now inside the base with the BKB activated, trying to finish off Sand King. Does manage to get him. Sleight of Fist, finished him off, but now they missed his play. They might be able to turn things around. They kill him. Buyback immediately. He's going to try and end this game with his team. Again, jumping forward, grabbing Laposa. He Guardian Greaves off the chains.
15 seconds
Toss up
left.
in the air. Dragon Knight's going to be out of this fight. They're just going to go straight for the top lane while Dragon Knight's gone.
15 seconds left for the Drow. 8 seconds. Can they hold?
Laposa chained up. They have one more tornado they can possibly get. No, he's actually going to fade before that. Laposte is going to be hit by the snowball. Upheaval is slowing him down big time. He
They
gets
get him
heals
off
on him
again.
to himself. 40 is going to come forward, trying to stun up HFN. They do manage to target the Morphling. He manages to
Can he
get his
get his
DK, but
DK?
he's still dead. The magic damage is too much. Now Duster, he's going to be next. Tavo going for the TP out. Won't be able to make it alive. He goes down, jump into the side.
Look at mid, the
King RT
catapult.
blinking himself out. The catapult. Oh no, it just finished up the range racks. It is just a range barracks. Now at the top lane, that is all that separates SG from Mega Creeps.
That is 4 heroes dead. Oh man, what a hold. They still managed to keep their range racks alive. Weehaw did use the buyback, so if there's any sort of 1% chance it does exist, it won't be easy in
They could get a double damage though.
SG. They're just going to march down mid. You've got to force buybacks. Now is the time to play to win. There's not going to be a Roshan. Not even going to bother to check. I'm sure they have the time written down. Everybody's starting to converge and connect. And here we go.
This double damage is going to be pretty fierce, but paiN, they could just draw things out. They don't need to immediately take the team fight.
Yeah, the first buyback is expended by the Brewmaster.
15 seconds till the Brewmaster ult is up.
They've just gotta be
45
careful.
for Dragon Idol.
All you have to do if you're paiN is not throw this game. Even giving up this one set of racks would be worth it.
That means Weehaw cannot afford to die
Yes.
here.
If he gets caught out here, 20 seconds till your team's alive. They're going to pop the brew split early.
Costa Bile does have a force staff to be able to get to the other side of these shards. They're going to try and catch some of these other heroes. They're just going straight for the supports at the back line. Costa Bile, now they've caught Sand King. King RT spotted him out. They won't be able to get a relocate away from this fight. Laposa comes in with a Rolling Thunder to be able to buy space for Costa Bile to get out, but it's the Dragon Knight who's going to be left behind, tossed up in the air by the Tornado, and gone on by HFN and Weehaw. He is dead for 95 seconds. So again, paiN Gaming just marched down into the enemy base, force the Megas. They're going to check out Roshan, but no, it's not even up for 50 seconds, so just go straight for that Rax.
There's no buyback on either of these heroes. HFN playing for the win right there. I can't believe he went for the buyback. With 15 seconds left, he's like, no.
Yeah.
The game is over. I'm going to win this game. Ballsy move. Let's see if it pays off. 70 seconds without this DK. Laposa doing whatever he can, dealing with this top wave. I'd imagine you go for the Mega Creeps first just because it is that exposed range racks.
And it's so easy to take. HFN can just do it by himself. Now the rest of SG, they've already committed. They know they're going to have to play this game against Mega Creeps. They don't even try and defend.
Trying to see if they can at least wait for the Wisp.
Wisp can come back, and maybe they can hold the base.
If they could somehow grab HFN, both him and Weehaw don't have buybacks, and they would push incredibly fast with the Dro and the Ags bonus that the Wisp gives her. But that requires you to hold 4v5 for another 30 seconds. Can they do it?
Shiva's coming forward. Weehaw wants to be able to spot out Stan King.
Weehaw
Gets a
getting
little
bit
damage
low.
onto Costa Bile. HFN has been silenced up down to half HP now. Same goes with Duster. Thinking about going for the Rolling Thunder, but it's a big team fight ability and does not want to blow it.
Looks like they're just going to reset and go for Roshan instead. That would be a way to lose the game. You would never forgive yourself if you lost like that.
Yeah, if you had Megas and you used your buybacks and you died inside the enemy base and
There
lost
was
with Megas.
15 seconds left for your Morphling. If you lost like that.
Yeah.
But instead, they're going to reset. They know that SG, they're holed up inside their base for now. They've got to deal with the creeps first. There's a DD rune at bottom. Neither team knows about it, and instead SG, they're going to go for the smoke. They think there's a Roshan attempt right now.
Yeah, and the truth is, it'll spawn in 8 seconds, so they may just be able to time this right.
This is your one opportunity if you're SG. Your faint glimmer of hope, it still exists. Both the cores don't have buyback. They're pinging the high ground. Let's see how this fight starts.
They have vision. They spotted these heroes. The ward goes down now, but now their smoke breaks. They're going to try and get in there, try and go for Tavo. Managed to miss him, but they can go for Duster. They blow him up, relocate out. He finally does die. The snowball was not enough to save him to get off the golem wall. King RT may be next, but Sand King's being targeted by the Brewlings right now, as well as Weehaw. They will be able to take
HFN's getting low!
HFN, he may just die. Ethereal Blade buys him a little bit of time. He needs to be able to get back to the shrine. The silence will persevere, but it looks like Costa Bile now being gone up by Weehaw won't be able to survive. HFN survives, and the rest of NG, they will all fall here. Mass buybacks coming back in because they have to defend their throne.
That was so close. HFN almost went down there. A few more Maelstrom procs. Maybe it's actually possible.
They see Roshan's up. They back up.
Oh, HFN's heart must have been going a mile a minute.
Yeah.
When he E-bladed himself and he got Maelstrom procced. Unbelievable. But now they're going to go for the safe play. I'd imagine you give this to HFN. Just drop that ultimate orb. You don't need it.
So he gets the Aegis. Cheese for Weehaw, Refresher Shard for Tavo.
They're going to go for it again. Still 50 seconds for the Dragon Knight. They know for a fact he doesn't have that buyback.
They'll even take the Shrine. Every little bit of advantage they can get before they end this game, they'll take it. Respecting SG and their hold of just a naked Ancient.
Weehaw playing around a little bit, gets the root onto the Wisp.
Oh, almost nailed Tavo, but he popped his Refresher Shard, got the BKB off. Now with the Brilliance marching forward. Goes to Melee, trying to go for the Weehaw. They manage to lock down Sand King while HFN is just going to go straight for the throne with a toss up in the air. He relocates him out of the Tornado to try and get some damage in, but the GG is called. The throne is dead. paiN Gaming, they are going to the International.
Oh my. The emotions that both teams must feel right now. paiN. They had to mentally fight for this game, Cap. It looked so bad. When they started throwing that game, you saw that straight down on the net worth, straight down on the experience graphs.
30 minutes in.
And SG, they were feeling it, and that one mistake in that mid lane when 40 air gets cut off. That top fight where they go for the buyback, they try to defend their DK. They were just being a little bit too greedy.
Yeah.
In these kinds of games, everyone is so afraid because of what's at stake. You should just go for the 5-man.
Yeah.
Don't split up. Don't lose like that.
There are so many moments you can point to in that game where SG could have, if they just cut down on the mistakes, they could have had a chance of a Drow Ranger lineup that just rolls over the Morphling before he comes online.
My heart is like dying right now for SG. These guys played their hearts out. I hope people don't flame them. They should be given all the respect in the world. Some errors cost them their spot, and I know they're feeling right now. Absolutely deserve the love.
Absolutely. I mean, this is paiN, who came into this clear favorites.
Yes.
They've been qualifying for almost every single one of these events. Infamous and SG both took a couple of those qualifiers. For the most part, it was paiN Gaming. And they have been the ones who have been most successful on the international stage as well. To be able to push them to a Game 5 says so much about you as a team.
And this was not a walk in the park at all.
No.
paiN had to sweat this win. SG brought the fight to them. This is what you want out of a 5-game series. Every single game felt contested. Mm-hmm. Very well done by both teams. For the fans, they were the real winners. But paiN, let's be real, they were. They walk away with the coveted TI
I think
slot.
they're a little bit more excited than anybody.
Weehaw is back at a TI.
Weehaw is back at a TI. King RD, he's going to the International. So many great storylines come out of this South American qualifiers.
I said at Birmingham, remember when the crowd was shouting for Tavo and Duster? I want to see that. I hope Canada lives up to that. Very well done. That is it for us.
Thank you to all of you who tuned in.
I had such a good time.
South American qualifiers. I know we had a lot of delays. We ended up overlapping with the North American qualifiers, which was unfortunate. But shout out to you guys. You know, we were doing our games yesterday. We had probably like 4K viewers for some of the upper bracket finals games and stuff.
This was a fun region.
You guys, I hope you guys, the 20,000 of you that are here now for this grand finals series, I hope all of you have learned something about South American Dota. And for those of you guys who don't follow it regularly, hopefully you will tune into it more and more because it is a very fun region. It's a fantastic region that is coming up in the world for sure, and I look forward to seeing paiN at the International and seeing what they can do there.
Yeah, this is a paiN team that got third at a major, and SG just took them to 5 games. Ooh, but I need to not think about this. This just makes me sad.
All right, guys. North American qualifiers is still going on. I believe that's on the main Beyond the Summit channel, so check that out. But for now, that is us for the South American qualifiers. Blitz and I will be doing more of the North American qualifiers. I believe we're doing most of the playoff matches, so we will see you over there.
Oh my God, he was one lightning proc away from killing HFN. Oh, my heart.